My name is Cody Wilson. I'm the director of Defense Distributed, and we created, among other things, the most printable pistol.
I thought the gun was the most immediate and divisive symbol. I mean, your opinions about guns would inform your initial reaction to this.
I am interested in upending certain paradigms. There is this sense that, well, through legislative means and democratic consensus, we would get a handle, especially on our technologies and our economic progress. And I think that distributed technologies as a whole suggests a totally different vision of the future.
But the 3D printer can be used as a crutch or a way of dealing with our intellectual property regime. We can copy medical devices with it, basically anything that already has a regulatory superstructure over it. So the 3D printer will help communities run up against the FDA one day. It'll help people copy utility and design patents and scare corporations and rights holders. And basically, I think it's like the perfect tool right now for confronting all of these forms of received knowledge that we just think are settled in the legal code, especially about like IP.
The public and the media are collusive in the sense that they're all participating and anticipating a fatal outcome, especially the media. The media wants to carry this all the way, and that's what we've realized from the very beginning, that as much as they might abhor this from a kind of personal perspective, that their philosophy might be against it, they can't help but be the megaphone for it. We relied on telling our story through them because they couldn't not tell it. I just received an email from the DDTC, and basically the email had a PDF with all their requests from their enforcement division. It was relatively civil in tone, and there weren't any hard demands, but there were timelines and it cited statutes. And so if you've read law or studied law, you know, okay, well, this is an intimation of at least how they'll come after you or what the penalties might be. And so I took it very seriously. But at the same time, I think they realized this is a big fight, potentially a scary one as well. Maybe both sides are feeling each other out at the moment. So I just thought we could take the nonprofit exemption, and if we put the files in the public domain or hosted public domain files, we wouldn't have to ask for commodity jurisdiction. And so this is a political reprisal because it's very unclear if we ended up actually having to ask them for permission.
I mean, it seems clear to me that even if the Fed is within its rights as somehow prescribed, that this is increasingly an unworkable way of thinking about authority, especially controlling data online. The minute the Feds went after the files or claimed some control, the minute the internet seized them and drove them to every corner. In fact, they're some of the most seeded files in the Pirate Bay ever. And of course it would be this way. An ITAR regime it expresses a preference. It isn't a final solution. It says, well, I would like a black market in files. I would like files to be everywhere. I don't want to know where my file comes from. I want it to be in the darknet. And this is all this is. There are no hard solutions in the age of the internet and distributed technologies.